If I'm in a seated position or even kind of like one knee down or whatever, if he's starting to engage and get close, if we're in the gi, I'm gonna lock onto this collar. And when I'm doing the collar drag, it is opposite hand to opposite collar. And when I do this, I have to react pretty quickly. If I just hang out and hold on here, there's a good chance he's just going to disengage that grip, he's gonna back off, and now he's gonna be very cautious that if he steps back in and I go to reach, he's just gonna clear that hand out of the way. So it's one of those that when we're in this position, he's engaging, and I snag his collar, within a couple seconds, I need to be doing something. Now, one thing that may happen from this is he hunkers his hips down and backs up a little bit. That's actually gonna load me up, right? If I start kind of pulling and he starts loading himself up, he's giving me the momentum I need. He's elevating my hips, giving me the momentum I need. Now from here, if I just pull straight down and he's really hunkered down, not much is gonna happen. And when I'm doing this technique in particular, I need to create a nice pocket to allow his face to make contact with the ground. Okay, so the drill, or the motion, right, is when I have this, I'm now going to, especially if I was already seated, I'm now going to open up my hips, I'm going to post, and I'm essentially just switching my hips, right? And as I switch my hips, I am pulling, and I mean pull, this arm, and I'm pulling my elbow straight back. That is the motion I'm looking to do. If their face makes contact with the mat, even better for me, right? But we're in this position, he engages, I grab that collar. Regardless of what he's doing, right? The moment he starts getting hands-on, guess what? He's not doing anything now to prevent me from dragging him. If he started like pulling on my head or collar tying me, like this is gonna make it difficult for me to move. But the moment he goes hands-on, I have full mobility of the rest of my body. The moment this happens, I'm gonna post, I switch my hips, and I drag straight down. We're in this position, we engage, I lock on the collar, and post, switch my hip, and rip my elbow straight down. I do not want you trying to like pull your arm out here. I'm literally just doing a row. But because I've now created that space, the rest of his body is going right to where that pocket is. If I don't move and I just stay put and I pull, not much is gonna happen because I don't really have that momentum. My knees and hips are gonna be in the way. Sure, I can kind of break his posture, but that's about it. I want face to the mat. Second part, what am I doing as this is all happening, right? Obviously, I'm switching my hips. Now, what I want to do with my foot, I'll give you two options. I can either leave my foot in the middle. So obviously, I'm going to kind of be staggered, or typically I'm going to be posted like this with my opposite hip down. So when I switch, I'll go slow. I can switch and put my foot in the middle. If he just goes completely down, I've already got a hook. And now I can just come up, I can look to take the back, I can come up a little bit to kind of get a little bit heavier, or maybe bring in this other leg, and I can fall right back down, and I've got the bottom hook in place. That's an option, right? It's not always going to be available depending on how he reacts, because guess what? Everyone's going to react differently with this. If I do a nice good pull, like I have that hook here already. So I like to leave one foot in the middle just so I have this option. Then I can either come up, or if he kind of posts and he doesn't fully go down, let's say maybe he, stand all the way back up. Maybe when I go to do this, he just posts his hands on the ground, right? Well, guess what? Because I have this foot in the middle, I can now swing this arm across, turn in, and just start coming up with a single leg. And I can use that as an opportunity to wrestle up. It's gonna be 100% dependent on how he lands with this, right? So first option, I'm going to sit through, my foot stays in the middle, he comes all the way down, I take that as a hook. And I'm just gonna come up and start working different attacks from here. I can use that to come all the way up and over, or again, I can start working my hips out and we just take the back from there. Second option, maybe I just want to have a good pull. He just posts, that's fine. I'm gonna wrestle up. Again, my foot's gonna be here. I don't want you to kind of pull and then wait, right? I'm just coming up. The moment I pull, I'm already coming up before he's even hit the ground. If I wait, I'm giving him that opportunity to kind of process what's going on. Rip, pop up right away. Does that make sense? The last detail I'll add for this is I have the option to just stick my foot straight across and try and triple, right? So as I go, I can get him to kind of buckle. A lot of times this is, again, I come up and I'm just gonna drive in and take top control. So either way, I rip. As they're falling down, I'm coming up. So all the way from the beginning, he's in the same position, I'm in seated guard, we're hand fighting. He gets a little too close, I snag deep. Not behind his head, not right in front, but I get a good grip right by his neck. I'm gonna now post this foot out, switch my hands, all at once, and I'm up. Whatever I get, I pinch the leg, pull. I can come all around, take the back, whatever I need to do. Pull, switch your hips, slide the leg through, trip them out, whatever you want to do with that foot, but as I pull, I'm turning up into them at the same time. Make sense? That's 1 to 3.